So, what's up? Today we are going to Richmond, Kentucky for the premiere of Dylan Anglin's Pesadilla. Pesadilla is actually how it's actually pronounced. So we're going to go see that today. We got a friend coming down. We're waiting on him. But I'm pretty excited about this. It's going to be pretty cool. If you want to support Dylan and what he does, I'll link his channel down below. But I'm going to plug myself real quick, because we're going to go see his movie. But if you want to watch any of my movies, my first film, Shadow on Life, is available on YouTube. And so is our newest film, New Folder, is available on YouTube. Does that work as a self-plug? All right, let's get, Austin needs to get here. I'm hungry. Lemmy, are you going to be a good boy for Gigi while we're gone? So we left the land of the memes to head to the kingdom of KFC, venturing our way through a bunch of Amish country, driving past a bunch of moo puppies as we talk deep and philosophically. We're in Kentucky now. What cryptids do they got in Kentucky? Say the Colonel. I was out in the middle of the woods and all I heard was his finger licking. Yeah. So I started puckering my butt and ran.
Is the Colonel a skinwalker?
No, he's a skin cruncher.
Finger licking.
Welcome to Kentucky. Woo. Awesome.
Unbridled spirit.
We made it in Richmond. We are at Champions. Apparently, I didn't. Well, my face was in this. I guess Dylan said that part of August Red was filmed here. This is one of his stomping grounds, I guess, but the elusive creature is not meeting us here, so we'll maybe find him later, but we are starving. It was a 3.5 hour drive, which was actually, with no breakfast, but it was actually a pretty easy drive. Like, it was a lot of Amish country, and a lot of, like, just 2-lane road, which I love to drive on, so let's, we're gonna eat, maybe bowl, and play some arcade games while we hang out, wait for the premiere. I suck at these vlogs. I've been mayonnaise. Mayonnaise is an instrument of death.
It's an instrument of domestic assault. Goddamn Kentucky, how you doing?
We were gonna do bowling, but there was like 37 birthday parties happening in there, so like every lane was taken.
Yeah, at least.
So we're gonna find out if there's anything actually kind of cool to do around here. Got a monster inside of me. You better watch out. Austin out here finding all the good finds within seconds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just walk in straight to it, you know? Like, I found that. I found 127 hours on Region B. The pacifier, you know, I heard that's out of print. It's only out of print because nobody buys it because it sucks.
This is the only thing I'm at. Oh my god, that's actually a really clean copy. There's when someone buys them out from the Dollar Tree and resells them. What is that?
This is Don Cherry's Rock'em Sock'em Hockey 26 for $2.90. Look at the dog.
That's a steal.
Look at that dog. Look at that dog's eyes.
It looks like the Baxter dog. The dog from Baxter.
Lucas wants to die.
Oh, there's video games over here. Hold on, there's Dog's Life, Austin. What is this? For $10?
Bro, you gotta get the Mark Wahlberg action figure.
How much is it? $9.95? That's about $9.90 more than it's worth. Autumn didn't want to come in this place. She hates these kind of places. There's a bunch of movies, including Fantasia Music Evolved on Xbox 360. Well, I don't know.
Yeah, we don't want continuity messed up.
Yeah.
You know?
So, finally meeting Dylan in person. We've done some collaborations together. We're going to see his movie tonight, Pesadilla, finally. It's been a while coming. So, how you're finally going to get it off your chest for people to see it.
Yeah.
Are you nervous?
Yes, I am.
How nervous? Like, scale 1 to 10, like, what's the jitters at?
I think it's like probably like a 7, but when I actually see the movie start to play, it'll probably go down to like a 4 or 5. I just want everything technically to go well. That's it, you know?
Yeah. So what have you done to like set this up? Because we're actually at a Cinemark. We'll try to get a wide shot of the Cinemark. We're actually at a Cinemark. Like, how did it go about to actually get it into a theater?
So basically what we did was we reached out to corporate, told them that we wanted to do a premiere and set that up, paid for it, all that stuff. And then me and the projectionist, we've worked really close together to make sure that we can show the film in a way that I intended to, you know. So it's just been like a month-long process of just keeping in touch, but it's not as exciting as people think, you know.
So what's the timeline from like when you first started shooting to like right this minute? Like, how long are we looking like time frame wise?
About a year.
About a year?
Yeah,
You're about a year in?
Yeah.
Like after tonight, what do you like? Are you finally just are you gonna move on, or like what's your plans with Pesadilla after tonight?
So after tonight, that's whenever we really push hard on the festival circuit, and then I'm going to meet back up with my team probably in about a week, give them a chance to breathe, and sort of talk about what we're doing next. Because when your film is done and it's in the festival circuit, at that point you lose control of the film in a good way, you know, because at that point that's time for people to see it and distribution companies to get a hold of it, and it's just kind of just moving on to what's next.
Now, what's like your ideal reaction from the crowd tonight? Like, what do you want the crowd to kind of take away from this?
Oh my gosh. I'm not sure. I don't know what people are going to think about this film. It's definitely different. I can definitely say that they've not seen a film like Pesadilla, but it's not about making a film that is good. I do want to make a film that's good, and I want to make a film that people enjoy, but it's really about standing out and making something different that nobody's seen before, you know?
Describe the movie. Like, what's if you could like describe it? What's your plot synopsis for it?
So it really is a story about how grief and greed can be the same thing, and it follows a group of house thieves and a group of people that are grieving. Anthony, the lead character, he's just lost his daughter. She got in a drunk driving accident. She not driving, but she was walking the dog and a car hit her. And you're basically seeing this grieving family and, you know, this greedy group of house thieves and sort of how their stories sort of intertwine towards the end. And I don't want to say any more other than that.
Yeah, I say don't spoil it.
Yeah.
God, we're gonna watch.
No, I'm going to tell you the ending real quick.
Probably, if I'm gonna guess, Vader is Luke's father.
No, it's more original than that.
Ah,
man.
damn. All right. I know we talked before, but like you kind of started off as like a horror film, and now you're kind of thinking maybe it's not a horror film. What kind of genre do you think this is kind of sitting in?
I think it is a art house film, a drama, but with horror elements. It's not so different where it's an art house film. You know, like I think the general audience can sit down and enjoy this film just based off the dialogue, the narrative presentation. But there are some elements of the film that I don't necessarily know if people are going to be scared, but I think people are going to be in deep thought after they leave the theater. There's certain things and there's certain elements about this film that, you know, when you leave the theater, you start thinking about maybe your own life or what would you do in that situation, or what would happen if you had a Dalmatian. You know, I don't know. Like that's that's just one of those things you'll have to watch the movie to understand.
So how did you like, being like pretty much just independent, like how did you go about like at the start of the production, like getting everybody together, getting your resources, like how'd that all kind of come about? Like,
well, I'd written the script about 3 years ago, maybe even 4 years ago at this point, which is crazy because I wrote the script when I was like 22, right? And I'm 26 now, about to turn 27. And it was really just, you know, presenting it to people, pitching it to people. I had a group that I was working with down here, and it was basically just finding a bunch of people that had the same passion to put this thing together. And we didn't only just use people from Richmond. I mean, we used people. We had somebody come from Idaho, Montana, 3 people from Ohio, 2 people from Tennessee, 1 person from Florida. So it was really, and then we had Alvaro, who, you know, he was from another country, Spain, that did the soundtrack. So it was really just having a bunch of people trust this story and want to bring this vision to life. It was just a lot of networking and a lot of pitching, you know?
So, like, obviously, like, you know, you have your kind of bubble that you're in. Like, I've had the same thing where I have, like, my friends and stuff help me out, people I've worked with before. But, like, you're talking about people from out of state, even from Spain. Like, how do you find these people and talk to them? Like, how did you come about meeting them and
A
getting
lot
them
of them
involved?
reach out. A lot of them reach out after seeing the IMDb. You know, just they see the story and they're like, okay, well, this is something interesting. Like in Alvaro's case, where he thought the story was really interesting and he wanted to hear more about it, and we talked and he wanted to score it. And then after that, we had a few discussions, and I knew he was the right guy to do it. You know, when it comes to filmmaking, there's actually, it's not really like you can find people, but sometimes people will find you. And they just want to be a part of it, you know, because they love the craft and they love the art. It's not as hard as you might think, you know, especially at this level. I think it's really just filming and putting it all together. But once you have the right crew, it makes everything just so much easier.
And what was like I know you did crowdfunding and stuff. What was like your final budget, if you want to? You don't have to if you don't want to.
No. I mean, our final budget was about $20,000.
Okay.
It was about $20,000, maybe a little. See, it's weird because I don't want to say it's a little bit over or a little bit less because, like, I did end up using my own money in a way to fund things. There's like a bunch of stuff going on right now, but let's just say 20,000.
Okay. And I know you did the crowdfunding. Is that where like most of it kind of came from? Like, did you put up any of your own money?
Yes,
in
I
this
did. I did. I put about 8,000 of my own money. And then we had some producers together. That was about 10,000. And then we did some crowdfunding. So it was really just a bunch of different, you know, financiers coming in. Hell yeah! Oh, that's my brother. Hey, Kojak. That's my brother.
And then, how important was it for you to have the premiere here in Richmond?
Very
your
important.
Hometown? Is this your hometown? Like,
Yep.
Okay. So
yeah,
born and bred.
Yep, well, I was actually born in Lexington. But I was raised here in Richmond. I've lived here in Richmond my whole life.
Getting all the lore.
Yeah, and but you know, we had done a lot of our premieres near Lexington, you know, but it's very important to keep it here in Richmond because if it wasn't for the support of this town, I would have never have made this film, you know, and basically the mayor, everybody. I mean, they've just been so supportive. So premiering it here in Richmond, it was the right thing to do, you know.
Now, did you shoot the entire film in Richmond, or did you go outside of Richmond for any?
I would probably say I shot about 80% in Richmond, and then about, I'd say 20% around Lexington, you know? And then, of course, when you're driving and you have your camera on you, you find a bunch of nice B-roll, and you're like, hey, let me film that. That would look good in the movie. But a lot of it was in Richmond.
So, like, did you get, like, access to, like, certain, like, locations, or, like, how'd you go about, like, your location scouting and securing locations?
Well, you know, anytime we get a location, we try to do things legally. We have insurance, and we do the location release forms, but really it was just...
Legal? I thought you were cool. Legally?
No. It's kind of like everybody here knows what we're doing, so if you see us with a camera... Most people kind of just leave us alone. You know, they know we're not getting into anything unless we shot the last 5 minutes of this film. Then that's when you should be worried. But yeah, I mean, we kind of just went out and filmed, and then when we found the owner, signed a little paper and.
Nice. So, any other last words before we head in?
Good luck.
Same to you. Dylan said if you know Dylan, you can get free popcorn. So I was like, yo, I know Dylan. They're like, bet.
I want some free popcorn.
Free popcorn.
Mukbang.
Awesome.
Oh,
thumbs up, thumbs down.
It's a good movie. I like it.
You just got
I want to tell you, dude. Somebody chucked their vape.
Oh
They
yeah.
jumped so hard. They chucked the vape out of the
See, it was hilarious.
I used to get that
So,
from girls about your
like,
age.
you made out $20,000.
Yeah.
My part.
Like, I've watched a lot of like really low budget stuff, and that's gonna go up there with like One Cut of the Dead, The Headhunter is one of the best uses of resources I've ever seen.
Thank you, dude.
It was fantastic. Did not look anything like I've seen movies shot over $1 million that look like shit compared to that. I mean,
Man, thank you,
the
dude.
level of acting
Yeah.
was great throughout the whole thing. The main cast was incredible.
Yeah.
The ending was fantastic.
Thank you.
I loved. There's a scene with the old man, the grandpa, where he's it's the river scene.
Yeah.
Talking about it. I loved it. I thought that was like one of
Thank you.
my favorite scenes of the whole film because it really like. I think to me it really like cemented the entire film, like the back half.
We got like 30 takes of that.
Yeah.
Of him talking. So
Yeah, it was awesome, man.
Thank you, man.
I'm glad we got to come out and see it.
I appreciate you guys coming.
It was sweet. So what are we doing after this?
Dude, I don't know. Let's figure it out, man.
But so how do you feel now that it's over though?
Dude, I feel good. I feel relieved. A lot of people shook my hand and said, basically, you're fucked up. But I'll take it. So
Yeah, that's right across.
So did you end up staying in here, or was you up there?
I stayed in here the whole time. I just wanted to hear everybody's reactions. When it first started, I heard reactions, and I was like, well, I want to be here for it. So,
So you rocked it through the whole thing.
I did, yeah.
Nice. What was your thought of like some of the reactions you got out of people?
I got every reaction I was hoping, there was people gasping, there was people laughing and yelling and throwing vapes, so, we'll take it.
We had behind us, we had like the Riff Tracks crew behind us. That was during some of the sex scenes. We're like, get it! So it was really funny.
Those were the best scenes to film, man.
But I know Austin's got a few things he wanted to tell you about
Yeah,
it too. But
absolutely.
yeah, it was sweet. When's the Blu-ray?
I hope soon, man. I hope soon. I'm not up there with you when it comes to making these Blu-rays, but I'm going to get there.
So yeah, great job.
Thank you.
Excellent job.
Thank you.
I'm glad,
Thank you so much.
Glad to finally get to see it through.
Yeah.
Hey, Gus.
And we get to meet, so. Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
Alcohol.
Could you smash some nappies? Can we go back to champions?
Me caffeine.
Huh?
Me caffeine.
Caffeine, yeah.
Thank you. It was good meeting you.
Bring the pretty girls here, too. Come on. I know they're Cootie Central, but
I wasn't paid enough to be here.
Leaving Kentucky to head back to Ohio.
The heart of it all. More like the clogged artery.
I just want to congratulate Dylan and crew on the premiere of Pesadilla. The film is an insanely ambitious project with a cast and crew of some very passionate people that were as welcoming as they are talented. We all had a really great time and really enjoyed the film, and I can't wait to see what this group does next.
Where are we looking? Why are we in the peripheral? This isn't good.
anywhere.
You're like cutting us off.
Look up.